Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I've just arrived at the Dresden Steam Festival. Come here today with Railtrail Tours, an English tour company based in Leek Staffordshire who do a variety of fantastic tours to various parts of the UK and Europe. So do have a look on their website, there's some great tours they do. I'm on this one to Dresden, so we're here at the Steam Festival. I'm at the back of the depot now, but we're also doing various other standard gauge and narrow gauge railways, a few mainline steam tours, so it's going to be a rather good week we've got out here. So this is the back of the depot, and in this building is the reserve collection from the Dresden Transport Museum. I'm going to walk through here, walk through the whole site down to where the steam engines are, the other end, but have a look at this first. This is a huge traverser, so the locomotive came out of the shed, they can move them to there. Beside us is one of the main lines coming out of Dresden, so we're about 3/4 mile away from the town centre, so city centre rather. Anyway, let's go inside and have a look, see what there is to see. So in this building, I've got to put my face covering on. In this building, this is the reserve collection of the Dresden Transport Museum, which the public can't normally see. You can just see there's a steam engine there. They've set up this rather fantastic vintage tin plate model railway here. Look at this. So this wouldn't normally be here, but seeing as it's the Steam Festival, let's put this on for us to have a look at. You see a train go past. I'll make another video of all the model railway stuff that we see on this trip, so that'll be coming soon. Is a train going to come past us? Looks like they're still in the process of setting out. I think one's going to come past us on this line in a moment. There's like a figure of 8 in the middle, and then one round the outside. So there goes the train. So let's go and have a look around the rest of the festival. Do you like this loco here? This is what in Hungary is known, well, and the rest of Europe, known as an M62. Now, you do see them in Hungary, especially on freight and occasionally passenger trains. My girlfriend, she bought me a shirt of one of these, a Hungarian shirt, and we went on a train in Hungary, and to my delight, one of these turned up. So I have had one for haulage. I don't know every type of diesel, like this one. This is shunter. My knowledge on German railways isn't as good as British railways, but I do really like to be here, and it's great after so long of being in the UK. Last time I went abroad was January 2020, so it's really nice to come abroad and see some different trains and different everything. Deutsche Post. This is a mail carriage. In the UK, and we can go inside. In the UK, mail carriages tend to be red, while here in Germany it's green. Also up here, get a better view. That's that diesel shunter we saw. There's a big steam engine here, class 24. We're going to have a look at that properly when we get off. So this is the interior of a German mail carriage. Hello. So you can see the sorting, the letters and everything. Very similar to how it would have been in England. Come out here. Here's that steam engine, class 24. So, as I said, there will be mainline steam involved. There is a lot of steam engines here today. Some are in steam, so we'll have a look at them. So we are 24004. Another diesel loco. You quite often see these in and around German sheds. It's a rather vast building this is, and this is just a small part of the whole complex. There really is a lot going on. There's a wagon there. It's got a Dacia on it, and I think that's a Romanian truck. I'm not entirely sure. There's a nice model there. Not actually any trains moving on it, but as we saw, there are some model trains. There's a big steam engine here, which I think we can go and have a look at. And there's an electric loco. Let's go up here and cab this loco, shall we? What's actually quite interesting is from here it gives us the opportunity, this electric loco, to see a bit more what they're like inside. So you can see the wheels down there. If you have a look, here is one with all the cab and the body removed. So it's just one huge motor and connecting rods to the wheels. So a bit like a steam engine. What's that? Yeah, this one. You see when the loco was built, works number, built in 1913. So over 100 years old. And then we'll go and have a look inside as soon as we can. and then we'll walk through. Here we are, Capital for steam engine of the festival. When we come out here, I said about those cars, you know, you get a fairly good view of that one, Dacia, same as there was a Renault that was built the same, and I think that's a Romanian truck. Some of you may have seen my videos I've done in the UK with the IFA club, where we've featured various Eastern Bloc vehicles, so some of you may be able to identify that. My knowledge doesn't quite cover that, so if you come down here, what we're going to do, we'll go outside and walk through to the next sheds. There's a series of few sheds, there's lots of trade stalls. I've picked up loads of leaflets and stuff, so future Henry's adventures in and around Germany, I think. Oh, that's that sort of noise that makes me want to run as if there's a steam engine outside. Oh, there we go, look. Go through here, there is a steam engine just outside there. One of the, I think there'll be a load of people drinking beer here later. I might join them. There we go, there's the steam engine. That's a Class 52 Kriegslock, so we'll have a look at that later. I think it's doing footplate rides, probably have to have one. Well, there's a stall there doing langos, which is a Hungarian food, which is very nice. So here's the railway line along here. So I think what the steam engine is doing, it's doing footplate rides. So you get on, you have your ride, you come up and down here. So that's going to be good fun. I'm going to have to do that, which is footplate rides aren't so easy to get in the UK now, but usually at these events they will do footplate rides, which you know, will never turn down a footplate ride. So we come to here. Here is what in Britain we call a roundhouse. You can see there's the turntable, and where it's a half a roundhouse, as it's fenced off, but that's the roundhouse with the turntable. This is where all the steam engines and later diesels would have gone at night. Let's go inside, see what we can find. Let's put this back on again. See, it does say mask is required, so that's why I'm wearing it. Another little diesel loco. Now, a big tank engine. What is that? It's an 080, so quite unusual. Don't think we've got any 080 tank engines in the UK. 92503. Some vintage carriages here. And down there, that's something different. That is a Fireless steam loco. Shame we can't get a better view of it, but that's, say Fireless, it's steam, but it doesn't have fire, it's charged up with steam. One place if you want to see one, well, at least a few years ago I saw one still in work, was Ljubljana power station. Obviously they've got a lot of steam, so they just charge a steam engine up and she shunts all day. Which is an interesting thing. Oh, and there's a train passing on the adjacent main line. Not particularly exciting in the EMU. There are some local hauled trains though. This is an old EMU, much more interesting. Well, actually it's like a rail car and it pulls two carriages. So we can go and have a look inside. There we go. So passengers would have sat in here. This is where the power would have been. The driver would have been just in there. Might get a better look at the other end. And here's the interior. At least the seats line up the window. So yeah, driver, a bit more like a tram, could have driven from here and towed the two carriages. So let's climb down.
Im Endeffekt sind wir mit dem LKW nach Chemnitz gefahren.
Danke. So this is the carriage it would have towed. So there's more room in here. You can see the interior. This is nice. Get a good, okay, the seats are wooden, but you get quite a good view from the outside as you travel along. What I'm thinking is from here we should get a better view of that Fireless steam engine. So if we climb back out, there's one more carriage behind. There we go. So here's the Fireless steam engine. As you can see, the cylinders are here but under the cab, so it's like the other way round to what we're used to. Now then, let's go back out and we'll have a look walk through the rest of the site and find some live steam. Dankeschön. So let's go out here. Today's the Friday of the festival, so it's the least busiest of the 3 days. I should think I'd come tomorrow or the next day. It'd have been a lot busier, but we've got some mainline steam tomorrow on the next day, so that's what I'll be doing. Interesting looking vehicle, some form of shunting maybe. That truck I see you as. Coming to here, some diesel and electric locos. V420 however one, so that's the pioneer of the class. I've got this rather unusual looking thing here. Now that I do particularly like. That is a Ljubljana. I sometimes see them in Hungary, so there's still a few around in Germany. Saw one at Dresden Station last night. So these are around, you do see them. I've never had one for haulage, but I really would like to. So this one, 23002, is preserved here at the museum. This is like an electric rail car. It's some sort of, I think it's some sort of track, something to do with the German equivalent of network rail. I might be wrong there, so if you know, want to comment, tell me, please do. Here's a Tatra truck. Tatra are fairly well known for making trams. A couple more steam engines. And then we should go through here, and in the next part of the shed, it's not going to be trains, but I'll show you in a second. Tell me about the Roundhouse. So actually in the Roundhouse, locos radiate out from the turntable. Oh look, we have another model railway, gauge 1 model railway, a rather long train. And in the middle there's an arrow gauge line, so you can see the difference in size. This is quite an interesting thing they have in Germany. See here, that standard gauge wagon is being loaded onto narrow gauge skates, so a narrow gauge train could take it forward. The only railway in Britain to do that was the Leek and Manifold Railway. Funny enough, as Leek is, you know, where Railtrail Tours is based. Look at that, standard and narrow gauge together. See, I always love a model railway. This vehicle's rather interesting. It might not be so obvious from here, but when we have a look around the back, you'll see it's a funicular. There's a funicular on the other side of Dresden. Now, I actually travelled on that funicular about 10 years ago, again with Railtrail Tours. So I might have even been in that carriage. Old one of Dresden trams. Here we have some road vehicles now. They all look fairly Eastern Bloc. I don't recognise most of them, so if anyone wants to comment and tell me, please do, but I'll show you the ones I do recognise. So yeah, I really honestly don't know what these are. I know what that is, that's an IFA, made by the same company who built Trabants and Wartburgs and Barcases. Now, this vehicle, it says Barcas on the front. I've never seen Barcas like this before. So this must be an older Barcas. We've even had a Barcas truck in the past, as well as my larders. There's a Hillman there. Something typically German car, Volkswagen. I talk about Barcases. This is sort of Barcas I know, and I've had in the past. And if you look behind, you can see those funicular carriages. See what I mean? How they're very not flat. So this Barcas here is pretty cool. It's some kind of wagon. It's got like a tank behind it. I'm not sure its uses, but yeah, these are two-stroke made by IFA, and you occasionally see them in East Germany, former East Germany, Hungary, etc. So we'll leave the vehicles behind. We'll go outside. I can take my face covering off for a little bit. There's another Barcas there. And what happens is the local road out here has basically been taken over as part of the Steam Festival, and there's various stalls along it. We'll go down there to the other end where all the steam engines are. It's quite nice. It's a cobbled street, so very sort of East German feeling. So there's a few stalls selling model railways, videos, all the sort of things in the UK I buy and get into trouble for buying. Interesting. I wonder what that was. So let's continue down here. There's a Volvo and a Mercedes here, classic. Partly I think to recreate a bit of a scene from a different era. The buildings here now in the middle of it. This is one of the main depots for Dresden. So there's various other everyday trains, locomotives and units displayed in there. Well, not displayed in there, I mean maintained in there. But we can see them as we pass. Here's all the trade stalls. So we're going to continue along here, and it's just up here where the exciting, or no, it's all exciting. What should I say? The best bit of the Steam Festival is where there is some live steam. I know we briefly saw a steam engine earlier, but where you can go and, like I said, hopefully get a footplate ride and basically a real operational steam shed. There's a company there selling Ljubljana there. Also, they have these temporary toilets which seem to play bird music. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a bus there. I think that's part of the display. So, go through here, and I have just spotted something else. I'm just going to have a look at another vintage vehicle. So we're going to go in there in a moment, which is part of the main depot. But it also will take us past those other things. Oh yeah, here we are. Oh brilliant, look at this. I didn't know this was here. So this is like my mega spot on car spot, that is. Look, proper larder, fleece larder. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's made my day. There's always steam engines, and then it's a larder like this which goes and makes my day. There's another Barcus as well. The two Barcuses we saw back there were the pickup variety. This one's like a camper van almost. We could have a look at that. That's a nice bit of a Eastern Bloc theme created. The Barcus and the larder over there. Right, now let's go and see what you probably have been looking forward to seeing the whole time, the steam engines, which are not far away now. But I'm still very excited to see this fleece larder. It's not so many. You see them in Hungary and Bulgaria, but not in the numbers you used to 10 years ago. And in Britain, they're not extinct, because I'm never going to let that happen, but you don't see many larders. I said if you want to see larders in the UK, Trabants, etc., have a look at my videos I've done with the IFA Club of Great Britain. So this is now the Deutsche depot, which we are entering. But as you can see, it says Eisenbahn Museum just up there, off those two locomotive wheels. Various other places to eat there. So that's probably where lunch is going to be for me today. Got out some. Oh, and it looks as though they possibly off 58 1361 Eisenbahn Museum. Let's go and find it. You can hear the commentator. Obviously, it is all in German. My German's not brilliant, but I can pick out some bits of it. Words such as locomotive, Dampflok, steam engine, Bahnhof, railway station. So I can pick up some of it, but by no means am I a German speaker. So we come down this little lane down here through the trees, and the depot where the steam engines are will be just up here. So we'll have a look at see what's going on, which steam engines are there. There were some here which went out on a rail tour, so I'm going to have to hang around by the line side to see the rail tour pass. I said tomorrow and the next day, plan is to go on some of these rail tours. There's about 3 or 4, maybe 5, 6, quite a few rail tours anyway, going, which the tour I'm on includes travelling on them. If any of my German-speaking viewers watching understands it, then great, because I don't. Beer and bratwurst. Sounds like lunch for me. There's some langos there with the Hungarian flag. As I said, langos is a Hungarian speciality. There's a modern class 642, number 543. More trade stalls. So it's a lot going on here. It's a fantastic day. So you know, if you ever get a chance, do come along. I expect Railtrail will do tours to here in the future. So it's really, you know, worth coming to. Here we have another steam locomotive, a class 89609. So it's a smaller steam engine, built by the look of it in 1902, going by this, I assume that's a works plate. Well, I've never seen a work plate on the cylinder before. Right, let's go into the shed and see what we can find. So this is the engine shed, an operational steam shed. Oh, look at that. Beer served on a narrow gauge wagon. I'm going to have a beer from there later. So this is something which is pretty amazing. We're in a steam shed now, steam engines in steam, and yeah, this is brilliant. There's one there, one's being cleaned, possibly for tomorrow's rail tour. So yeah, let's go out. And there's a diesel loco on the turntable out here. We'll go outside. I can take my face covering off. Here we go, I'm outside now. Oh, and there's a steam engine passing. It's funny to just step into this world of steam engines everywhere. It's really quite exciting. Look at that, that's the lineup we have. There's diesel on the turntable. And sun's in the wrong place, so we'll go down here. Yeah, look at this. I do like German steam engines, as much as I like British ones, they're just different.
So, hier wurde ich gefragt, weil der Zug dann nach Ljubljana stoppelt.
There's various security people. Basically, if a train's going to move, they tell you to get out of the way. So, there's another little diesel loco there. And these ones, these class 112s, they have them on the Hearts Railway, except their ones are obviously meter gauge, not standard gauge. Everything here is standard gauge. So, let's revving the engines up, the turntable's turning. Where she's off to then. I don't think she's rostered to work any of the mainline tours. Maybe she's going to be on the back of some of them, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, what place this is. There's one other steam engine I don't want to leave out of the video. So we'll go and have a look at that, and then we'll come back down here to finish the video. Look at him, dressed for the part. There's one behind the shed. Oh, and this is where they're coaled from. Look at this. These cranes for coaling up steam engines. So it's really like, you know, stepping back into East Germany when they were still running steam. Because East Germany did run steam fairly late. So around the time I was born. There was one more steam engine for you. Class 62 and 015. Great big tank engine. One of the biggest tank engines. It's not the biggest tank engine I've ever seen. I think the biggest tank I've ever seen and ridden behind was in Portugal, and that was pretty huge. But yeah, it's certainly one of the biggest. And of course in Portugal they're not standard gauge, they have 5'6", the Iberian gauge, so it's really, really big. So what we're going to do, we'll just go by the turntable, and I've pretty much given you a tour of the whole steam festival. It really is fantastic. Really, yeah, if you want to come and see a steam shed like this, see lots of exciting stuff going on, drink some good beer, ride some mainline steam tours, and have a look on Railtrail's website, because you know, this tour will be run again next year. And it doesn't just include this, it includes various narrow gauge railways around Dresden, sorts out your hotels, your flights, etc. So from the turntable at the Eisenbahn
So,
Museum
wie gesagt, jetzt
in
will er
Dresden,
mal gucken, wie laut die Motoren
it's hard to
bewegen
talk
kann.
because of the thing, but that's fair enough. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe and comment. Have a look at Railtrail's website, or ring them up, talk to them. Maybe you could come on this tour next year. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.